In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Archicad. The first thing you're going to need to do is download the template on Sector. On Sector, you'll find a resources page, and in there you'll find two templates, one that's landscape and one that's portrait. So once you've found those templates, download the one that's appropriate to you and then open up that file in Archicad. So let's start with Archicad. Open up the template that you've chosen. In this situation, I've chosen the landscape template. Once you've opened up Archicad, your screen should look like this. On the left hand side, you'll find your toolbox. On the right hand side, you'll find your navigation, and what this navigation goes through are your floors. So for example, we're working on the ground floor to begin with. If you've got a second floor, then you'll work on the first, and then you'll finish off by adding in a roof. Using Archicad, there are three main tools, and that's the slab tool, the wall tools, and then to finish off, you'll use the roof. In addition, there is a window and the door tools, and also objects, which I'll explain in a later video. To begin using Archicad, start by using the slab tool. So click on your slab tool, then choose how you want to apply your slab, either by line or using a rectangular method. Line by line allows you to create custom shapes, while the other option you'll have to do it using rectangles. So line by line method looks like this. I'm going to start by creating an L-shaped house, just a small one, and I'm clicking on each of these points to lock them in, and then back to the beginning, and you'll see the icon will change, and click it to lock that in. You can view your slab by pressing the F3 button on your keyboard, and what that does is shows you a 3D version of your slab. The orbit tool down the bottom left allows you to rotate your slab, and you can explore this in a 3D space. So we need to go back to plan view, and we can do that by going to our navigation on the right hand side, then double clicking the ground floor. The next thing that we're going to do is put in some walls. So we can choose our wall tool here, and we're going to go the easy method by using the magic wand and dropping that wall in. And let's have a look at this in 3D again, and you can see there's my walls, and they are sitting directly on top of my slab. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to zoom in slightly and then add in some interior walls. So with interior walls, use your wall tool again, but you will need to change the structure or the interior fill. So down here in this option here, if you click on that and choose the 90mm stud, and then put in your interior walls. If you're finding that you need to create a wall but it's in between these 2 points, you will need to turn grid snap off, which is this section, this button here, and that allows you to go in between those 1000mm presets. Alright, so I'm going to put in this interior wall. I'm going to create another interior wall here. Alright, if it's gone off the corner, you can just Command Z to undo, or press escape. And now I'm going to put in this other interior wall here. The next thing I'm going to do is put in some doors. So once again, I'm going to click on the door tool, double click on your door, and this will give you additional properties. So you can see here, this is what this door will look like. For example, if I want to create an entrance, I can use this door here and press OK. And you'll notice on the actual wall, it's applying that door. So I might put my door in this section here, and the next click just asks you to, how do you want this door to open? Does it open outwards or does it open inwards? And which side do the hinges go? So let's put some doors in. For this smaller door, I'm going to double click that door tool again. I'm going to choose a smaller door. So door 23 is a basic door, and I'm going to put another door here for this room. And then for this room here, right, there are my doors put in. So let's have a look at this in 3D. So F3 again to go into 3D. Now that we're in the 3D mode, we can use the little man to explore our house. So using the WASD keys, you can zoom in, you can crane up and down, and have a look at your house in a 3D space. And now I'm going to add some windows. The first thing I'm going to do is click on my window tool, I can also double click to go inside it and just choose what that window will look like in 3D. So I'll just choose window 23 for this demonstration. And then in this top right hand corner here, this gives me my properties. So for example, in this section here, this is how wide this window will be. I'm going to make this window quite wide, so I'm going to make it 2000 millimeters. The next option is how high or how tall these windows are going to be, and keep in mind the walls on Archicad are about 3000 millimeters high. So if I want to make a window that's wall to ceiling, I'm going to make this window about 2800 millimeters, and then this next part here, which is sill to story, I'm going to make that 100 millimeters. Alright, once I've got my settings put in, I'm going to press OK. Then I'm going to choose where this window is going to go inside my walls. So you can see a visual representation of how this window will be placed. Once you're happy, click, and then this next section just is asking how this window is going to open. Alright, so there's my window here. This window is going to be 2000 millimeters wide by 28,000 millimeters high, and then I'm just going to press F3 on my keyboard and I will have a look at this in 3D. So let's use that explore, and I'm just going to go around, and there's my window. Right, so that's one window done, and you have to just repeat the same process to add in your other windows. Now you can see on my plan I've got a few windows already put in, but I want to show you this next feature here where I'm going to put this window here, but I want to expand this window so it fills this whole wall. So what I'm going to do is use my black arrow. I'm going to click on that window. You may have to zoom in slightly to get close enough to your plan. And then what you'll do is with your black arrow is click on the corners of this object or this window, and what you'll see, it will go green, and you'll also see these little dots. These little dots allow you to control and make these windows a little bit wider. So this option here, I can actually move this window from where it is now, but what I want to do is use this last option, which is allows me to stretch this window out. So you can see there's my window there, and it's now about 4,760 millimeters compared to what it was before. So what I'll do here is I'll do the same window, same method for this lower window. So choose my window option. I'm going to drop a window into this wall here. Right. So using my black arrow. Right. So let's try that again. I'm going to put a window down the bottom here. Click the window in, then use your black arrow. So I'm going to use the same method as before and put a window into this part of the house. So I'm going to click my window in, then go back to my black arrow, click on that window just in the corner just to activate those points. Click one of these points again, or they're called nodes, and then I'm going to drag that node all the way out. I'm going to do it to about this point because I'd like to put in a garage as well. Right, so there's my windows, and that's how you would customize your windows. The next thing I'm going to do with this house is put in a garage, and I can do that by using my wall tools. Keep in mind each of these squares here is 1000 millimeters by 1000 millimeters. So by putting in a wall here, you can start to work out how big this garage will be. There's my interior walls. Now I'm going to add in a garage door. So what I'm going to do is go to my door tool, double click that. Up the top here, I'm going to type in garage, and I'm going to use this overhead garage as an option. If I need to, I can make the dimensions bigger or taller, but the preset ones are fine. Then press OK. Find where you want to put your garage. I could put it here or here. In this situation, I'm going to put it on this side. And then don't forget to click in the next part, otherwise the garage won't appear. So there's two clicks. First click to drop the garage in. Second click tells it how it opens up. And then let's have a look at this in 3D. So F3 to 3D. And you can see my garage is there. To add in some furniture, I'm going to use the object tool. So I'm going to double click that object tool, and once again I'm going to use my library options up here. I can actually choose select sort of furnishings, windows. There's also basic library options. But what I can do with this section here is type in, for example, I want a chair. I can type in chair, and it will bring me up a range of options. Some of them are preset or preloaded in, and some of the other ones you will need to download. So for example, once I've got my chair here, I'm going to click in. Just make sure that you are on the right level. So for example, if I go into my 3D space here, now I'm going to have to use my explore function to find that chair, and you'll notice the chair is in the right spot. Alright, so before you click to drop in your chair, just make sure that you're on the right level. So at this stage I'm going to start putting in my roof. So choose my roof tool. I'm going to choose this method here. I am going to choose this first method, which is a complex roof, and then what I'm going to do here is draw my roof out. So don't forget, we're going to leave a 1 meter gap or a 1 meter eave around our house. I'm going to go all the way around until we meet back to the beginning. If you've made a bit of mistake, you can fix that by just adding in the next section, and there's my roof here. So if I look at this in 3D, and let's just orbit to get a better view, there's my house.